Welcome back. This is another training. We're just moving along very smooth, and this is the Jarvis Floyd, the online entrepreneur, the one and only. Excited. Every day I wake up, I check my emails and check my PayPal, and there's sales in there. So this stuff absolutely works, and we're excited to take you on this trip with us. Okay. In our last trainings, we set up our domain name with our Shopify store, made those one, and we did our initial setups. And right now you have your logo, should be on the way back from Fiverr if you're doing this step by step, which I highly recommend. But if you have some experience and you may be kind of, doing different pieces of this here and there, but just follow along and do this thing step by step as much as possible. Okay, so right now we're just basically going to take our logo that we got from Fiverr. We're going to go ahead and do our official logo creation today. We're also going to look at themes. Okay, we're going to talk about themes within Shopify and outside of Shopify. I also think it's important that you all have some type of image work ability, that you can manipulate images slightly, so you're not going outside and paying all this money to do little image work. So I'm going to show you some cool little tricks and tips that I do and that I use that make my life a whole lot easier. So let's go. Alright, first we're going to talk about themes. Alright, we're going to talk about Shopify themes versus other. What I mean by others is people that make themes that are outside of Shopify. Okay. Now the important thing to understand about this, that's very important, is that when you, and I'll show you this in a second, so just bear with me, this is important. Okay, when you're in Shopify and when we go and look at themes, there's two types of themes that we're going to talk about. The ones that I recommend are going to be the themes that are in Shopify, in their marketplace, which you can get directly on your Shopify dashboard. Now, why I say that is because I've done both, and I actually create themes with my company. Okay, so themes, when you have a theme to a store, this is like your basic layout of your store and all that. If you get it from Shopify, you're guaranteed that your site is going to function really well. It's going to be fast, and it's always going to perform well. Okay. When you buy a theme outside of Shopify, like if you go to a third party, which there's plenty of people that sell themes, and you buy a theme from them, if there's an issue, you email them. Most theme providers don't have a phone number, first of all. So you email them. They may take 2-3 weeks to fix the problem. But if you have a theme inside of Shopify, you call Shopify. You can call them and say, hey, I got this issue with this part of my theme. This button doesn't work, or whatever doesn't work. Shopify contacts that theme provider for you. And the reason why people that have themes inside of Shopify want to make sure their themes are performing well is because they go through a great deal of it's very hard to get your theme to be accepted by Shopify. So they don't want their theme rejected. Okay, and I'm going through this process now. I'm trying to get some themes accepted by Shopify. So I'm telling you, this process is very hard, and I highly recommend staying inside of the Shopify marketplace for many reasons. Okay, so moving on to pages, we're going to cover the basic pages, about us page, and some basic pages on your site that just you need to complete. I'm going to show you where those are at and make a couple suggestions. Okay, and your blog as well. Alright, the things that we're going to use in this training, the different resources, we're going to use Fiverr. We're also going to use PicMonkey to basically do image work, and we're going to use Shopify, of course. So let's go. So to kind of get started, I'm going to pull up Shopify. First of all, in our last training, you did your basic store setup. Okay, so in this training, I want to show you, when you go to your store, there are two ways to log into your store. This is one that you can do. You can type in Shopify.com and go over here to log in. Okay, and that's fine. But I want to show you the way I do it as a web guy, and probably most people. You type in your domain name /admin. Okay, and voila. You come here, you type in your email address that you signed up with and your password. Alright, we're here at our store, and we have some work to do. Okay, and it rained here in my area yesterday, so I was not able to come on here yesterday and do what I want. So we're going to go in here and catch up, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. If you guys get behind, just catch up. It's not that hard, okay? This stuff is easy to me, and I'm going to make it easy for you as well. So here we are on Fiverr. I want to get this logo officially done and finished so we can put it on our store. It's one of our first tasks that we're going to do today. So here's my logo. Why I'm showing you this is I want to show you how easy, if you're a beginner, I want to show you how easy this can be while we go to Fiverr in the first place, because we have a basic logo. Of course, when we're making $1,000, $2,000 a month, we're going to go back and get another logo down the road. But for now, this is beautiful. I loved it when I saw it. You see flawless selection with the lips like I talked about. My vision is to create some type of video eventually with these lips saying flawless selection in a sexy lady's voice, of course. So I want to show you this though, because I want to show you how when you first get a logo, you may have to go back and tell the person to make changes. So when I first got this back, it didn't look like this. Okay, the lips were gold and this writing was small. So I just simply told him, please make text bigger, change lips back to red. I want you guys to get what you want, get what you pay for. I know it's only $5, but you still should get something that you like to put on your store. So there it is. I simply come over here and I'm going to download this. I'm going to show you some basic image work that you can do. So that's Fiverr. That's done, okay? That's my logo that I'm going to use. And this is transparent, by the way, and I'll show you that here as well. I told him to make my logo transparent for a few reasons. So this is PicMonkey, and this is just I recommend that you go with PicMonkey, but there's other services that you can go with for images. This is just who I use. I'm very, pretty good with Photoshop, but it would take me a lot longer to teach you Photoshop. And with PicMonkey, you can use this, and it's wonderful, and it won't take as much time to learn. Matter of fact, it's really quick, and I'm going to show you some things now. So PicMonkey costs about $6 a month, and it's very reliable, and it's very cool. So the first thing I'm going to do before I use PicMonkey is get my image that I just downloaded from Fiverr. Okay, so I've already downloaded it. Here, as you can see. So I'm going to take my logo here and drag it up here. Alright, so now we're going to come back to PicMonkey, and in here, this is where all the action happens for the most part. You start here, okay, and you go to design, and you come down here. It doesn't really matter which size you pick for this particular exercise that we're doing now, but you can pick different sizes right there. Alright, now I'm going to come over here, and this is very easy, and click the butterfly. And then I'm going to click your own. This is going to make it so I can drag my own images from outside of PicMonkey onto this canvas. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to just simply okay, so it's not going to let me do that. So I'm going to go ahead and just take it from here. And I simply just clicked it, and there it is. The reason why I'm doing it and putting it on a white background is because when I asked the designer on Fiverr to make this transparent, that means that it doesn't have any white behind it. So when I put this on my website, it would have just been lips and this this text with nothing behind it. So I wanted to add a white background to it. And I'll show you why I did that in a moment. So this is kind of a step-by-step thing, but you definitely want to add a background behind it before you add it to your Shopify website. So that's pretty simple, okay? And again, you're going to be able to use PicMonkey for lots of different things, and it'll be really helpful if you know how to do some basic image work. So I'm going to crop this. To be in here, okay, and apply. That's it. Now I'm going to save this to my computer. Alright, and this is going to be our official logo. And it's going to be our flawless selection official logo. Okay. Alright, so here we are. We have that done. Now we're going to go back to our home base of our Shopify store. And this is the fun part, okay? This here is your, on this left side over here, you're going to see a bunch of different, different areas that you can go into. But for this training, we're going to focus on online store. This right here is where you're going to do a lot of your initial setting up. And it's one of the more important areas. So we're going to click that one time. And we're going to come up here to themes. Once you click on themes, this will be where you can preview your site once you have your theme chosen. This is where you'll see it. But for now, we're going to come up here to the very top right hand side and pick Visit Theme Store. From here, we are going to find a theme that we're going to use. So this is the Shopify marketplace I was talking about, and all these themes are approved by Shopify. So to kind of make this easy, we're going to click free right here on the top left hand side. Down the road, once you become a Shopify king or queen, you are going to probably want to go with premium themes. They range from anywhere from $100 to $200 one-time fee. It's very well worth it because they're a lot better and they just look better. But I'm going to show you how to use free themes for the purposes of this free training. And I've actually used these before, and you can make some, some beautiful sites with them. So you can definitely start with these. Now, I want to share this with you when I'm looking at themes for e-commerce stores. I like for people to see my logo and see my product. So I'm looking at these things and seeing which one goes after, showing my logo. And then I don't want to have a lot of extra stuff. I want people to just come to my store and buy stuff. Okay, that's what I want, and I think they can convert way better than a lot of extra things being on your site for your first store especially. Okay, so I'm looking for clean themes. Okay, and when I go down here and I scroll down, I see simple. That is a clean theme. It's a white background. I see the logo and I see the products. I like that. People are going to either come on your site and buy something or they're not. They're not going to go around and do a whole lot of navigating around if they don't really like what they see at first. So the first thing they see needs to be logo, products as much as you can. Okay, so I'm scrolling down looking for clean as well. Bliss looks clean. I like this a lot. Love the way that layout looks. Wildlife looks pretty clean over here, and this is called Solo, and this one's called Pop, but they have a Bliss. The logo is Bliss. The text Bliss. Okay, so you're just basically taking notes, looking for a theme that you can see your vision on. And I see the lips in my logo, on several of these themes. Okay, so going back up, and you can click more themes here, and there's plenty of free themes. Okay, but really you're just looking for clean, and you're looking for a theme that you can see a clear vision with your ideas popping on. So for me, I like Bliss. So I'm going to click on this one, and like I said, I can see my logo, a little small picture, and products. I like it, so I'm going to install this theme. I'm going to publish this theme. This is a very fast process, so it's pretty cool. Alright, now I'm going to go to the theme manager. Okay, so when you're back on this page in your theme manager, a couple interesting things to understand is that these three dots right here, if you click on that, this is where you edit your HTML, CSS code. This is where the coding of your site is at. And the beautiful thing about Shopify is that you are not, if you're not a coder, you won't really need this a whole lot, but this is where it is, just in case you need to know, and you will probably need to make some changes in there at some point. But this is where you can do Facebook pixels, you can do certain things with products, and I'll show you that down the road, but that's where that is, just in case you need to know. So other thing is this little eye. You can view your how your site looks from here at any time if you want to see how it looks, and we'll be working primarily in the customized themes section here. So I'm going to click on this, and over here on your right hand side where you see all these different things and different features over here, this is where you will be changing and adding different aspects and different just different things to your site. This is where all the magic happens, over here, up and down here. So we're going to start with our logo. That logo that I just added the white background to, I want that to be, it's going to go over here where you see the official flawless selection. So I'm going to come over here and go to header and navigation. That's where I'll more than likely see my logo. But I want to start up here at the presets, and I want to show you that you can change your basic theme layout here. You'll usually have 2 to 4 or even 6 different presets. What this is, if you click on toy, it's the same theme, but it's a different preset, which means it has a different look to it. So I like the other one a lot better because it's cleaner. And as you can see, it loads and shows you how it's going to look here. You also can scroll down and you'll see colors. I'm not going to change any colors right now. Borders and all this stuff is things that is kind of advanced stuff that you're probably not going to want to change until you add things to the site. But for the most part, I like the way this thing looks, and I'm not going to do a lot of changing to it. So this is where I will add the logo here in the header and navigation area. So logo image, I'm going to choose. And I'm going to go to official logo. And voila. It's in the top left hand side. Looks good. And as you can see, it's clean. I think that's going to make people, when they see the site, it looks professional. And we're also going to add the same image to the favicon. This is the little image that is up here. If you look up here where you see PicMonkey, this little monkey, Fiverr is the FI with the circle, Shopify is to S. That's going to be where they're going to see that image at. And now the beautiful thing about PicMonkey, and why I said you're going to love it and that you need something like it, is because if you wanted to fill this area here where it's for an image of 1050 by 625, you can easily go to Shopify, to PicMonkey rather, and you can come over here and go back to this main area and go to design and come over here and click custom, and you simply make an area 1050 by 625 and click make it, and that's the perfect size to put an image in that field. So what I'm going to do for now is show you kind of from a web designer's point of view, or from just an artistic point of view, on how I do things fast, so you're not taking up a lot of time. Just simply put your official logo in here. That's what I'm going to show you, just an idea of how you can fill that space up quickly. And make this small. And this is where you have to have some vision, but pretty quickly I can see that I can put this in the middle of this light background, and then once I select maybe 10 products, I can put my products around this logo, this nice logo. That's why branding is important to me, because you can do so much when you have good branding that everyone can't do. Okay, so that's my idea for now, and that's what you can have to I'm teaching you these things right here so you kind of have a philosophy of how to design. Not to say that you're going to do this exact thing, which you shouldn't. It's not good to copy. It's just good to know a philosophy, because you can show me any website now and I can come up with a layout for it in my mind, and then I can execute it because I have the right tools to execute it with. So once again, I've already saved this, so I'm going to go back to Shopify, and I'm going to save the changes in this area, and you can scroll down if you can. There's nothing else we can do in this area, so we'll just save this. And every theme on Shopify is going to have this basic type of functionality on the right hand side. So you'll just scroll up and down, and right here you say slide, you see slideshow, and here's where that image is at. So it's very user friendly and very easy to manage for the most part. So you click replace here, and there's my cover. and I put the sizes. Make sure you label things correctly. It'll help you out a lot down the road. And there it is. So this is just for now. We're going to come back once we pick some products and just add them to that cover, and it's pretty quick and easy, as you can see. If you scroll down here, you can actually add image URL, which someone clicks on this image, it'll take them to another URL link that you put here if you like an alternative text. I'm going to enable that. I don't want that a second and third slide. Like I told you before, I like for people to see my site and it look very nice and professional, and then see my products, and I want them to buy. I'm not on here to put on a show. I'm on here to get sales and to make money, and to give people products that they like as well and that they can use. Okay, so that's simple. Come back out, and if you just scroll down here, each section, if you just click on it, feature collections. Feature collections is going to be this stuff down here. Let's go back out to verify. Featured products. And let's scroll back up to homepage. This is one of the more important areas before we even get started. Here is where you see, and let me scroll back up over here. You see that this is the slideshow, so that's there. Featured content is section 2, which is right here. So I don't want that there. I want products right there. So once again, they see my great branding with lips moving, and then they see products, okay? And under that, you might want to put some collections. And of course, these aren't our products. We haven't added them yet, but I want to get an idea of how my site's going to look. I want an idea of how my site is going to look as I'm adding products to it. I just kind of want to get an overall view of the end result of how our site's going to look. So this is very important training to understand the functionality of how Shopify works, and it's not hard. So you just scroll down here. Each theme is going to have a little bit different functionality. Some have way more areas than this. This theme is very simple. It's just a free theme. If you have a premium theme, you're going to have a lot more you can do with it. But as we can see here, this theme has plenty power behind it. We can add all of our social media links in here as well. And so I'm excited about what we can do with this theme, okay? And so for right now, I think that this is a good point to come out of here. And of course, you want to make sure you save your changes. So now we know, we have a clear vision as to what we're going to put over here on this cover image. I want products around here, our best products, probably between 5 and 10. I see space for that. And our next training is going to be about picking products. We're going to learn how to pick products that are good, that are hot sellers, and that we're going to put on this website. So now, as you can see, we have our branding done. Our logo is back from Fiverr. We're getting ready to add products. We're moving along very fast, and we've made a lot of progress, okay? And we still have 16 more days of our trial left. So we have plenty of time to take action and to do a lot of work. And I want to show you that this is, if someone goes to your website right now, this is how it's going to look. And you're going to have your logo here. If they put their email in here, it's going to be saved in your Shopify back area. So we have a little bit more training to go about the Shopify itself. It's very powerful. It's a lot you can do with it. You're going to be blown away by the power of Shopify, and with your design ability that I'm going to teach you, and product picking ability that you're going to have, and everything that we're going to teach you step by step, you're going to be one bad person. Okay, you're going to really learn how to take your ideas, put them onto a site, drive traffic, and make sales. So get excited. I'd like you to get through this next training. Take action. This is a very valuable training. You guys are learning something I can't believe I'm doing for free, to be honest with you, but I'm just here to help people. I really have a genuine heart at helping, and I believe that you'll do well if you put your heart and your soul into whatever you do. So once again, thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you on the next training.